So I invested £10 every single day into the S&P 500 for 150 days now, and these results might shock you. I invested £10 every single day into one of Trading 212's cheapest S&P 500 funds for UK investors. This is the SPDR S&P 500 UCITS ETF. This is, however, an accumulating version of the fund, which means dividends are not paid out to the shareholder. Instead, they are reinvested back into the fund. If you can't tell already, we are in the midst of a massive bull run. Today alone, we are up by over 0.76%. Now, over the past week, we are up by over 1.45%. The past month honestly has been crazy, up by 5.32%. I make these updates every month, and you can go back to see the last month's one. It just keeps getting better month after month. There are no signs of the bull run stopping, but with the stock market, remember, you never do get any signs beforehand. Don't be fooled, anything could happen. The stock market could crash tomorrow. And as you can see, over the past 3 months, this fund is up by over 10%. Now you can also see in this month's update that we are finally at all-time highs with ETFs like this, which are UCITS ETFs, allowing UK investors to invest into the S&P 500. Now this is the actual S&P 500 index, and as UK investors, we invest into funds that essentially tries to track this index. Now in February of this year, the S&P 500 did crash a little bit, down by about 20%. However, it only took a few weeks to reach back to those all-time highs, then plus more. However, as UK investors, we haven't seen that new all-time highs in our ETFs. And this is because of the currency difference between the pound and the dollar. Unfortunately, during that time, the pound has strengthened against the dollar, and therefore our returns as UK investors have been lower. We can see since the recovery, the S&P 500 is up by over 9%. And from the pit bottom of April, the S&P 500 is up by over 35%. I started investing £10 every single day on the 12th of May. Back then, there was a lot of fear that another big crash could happen just because tariffs were still up in the air. The United States was still threatening tariffs in excess of 100%. And I thought, you know what, this might be a good opportunity to show people that even at all-time highs, it still might be worth investing if you do it regularly. I also wanted to experiment the difference between dollar cost averaging and lump sum investing. So in this video, we're going to cover all of that. Plus in this video, we're going to actually compare what would have happened if we had invested in a hedged version of the S&P 500. As always, it wouldn't be possible to do these videos without Trading 212. So if you would like to sign up to Trading 212 and receive a free fractional share worth up to £100, then all you have to do is to follow the link in the description box down below. Alternatively, if you've signed up to Trading 212 in the past 10 days, but haven't received your free fractional share, all you have to do is to press the 3 horizontal line menu over here. Scroll all the way down until you see the section Use Promo Code. And in this section, just enter my code JUBAIR and you should receive a free fractional share. So here is the hedged version of the S&P 500 fund that allows UK investors to invest into the S&P 500. However, instead of being at the mercy of the currency exchanges between the pound and the dollar, this more closely follows the index, basically 0.4 pound. Now, I'm not by any means recommending you investing into a hedged version of the ETF. This is literally just for comparison's sake. The hedged version of the ETF comes with its own problems, for example, a more expensive total expense ratio. Plus, hedging is never perfect, and there is a currency risk that goes the other way if you want to consider that through. In either way, if I had invested £1,500, which is the same as investing £10 a day for 150 days, on the 12th of May, my shares would have cost an average of £9.97. So I would have had 150.45 shares in the GSPX, which is the hedged version of the S&P 500. Let's just put that aside so we can do the comparison later. So what I did do was on Trading 212, I created a pie where I invested £10 automatically every single day. So this includes the weekends. However, because the weekends the stock market's closed, on the Monday it deposits around £30 into my S&P 500 fund. As you can see, my net deposits are £1,500. That's 150 days of investing £10 every single day. So let's figure out how many shares we would have had if we had lump summed £1,500 into the SPXL on the 12th of May. So as you can see, on the 12th of May, my first purchase was worth £10 £1.74. So using this as the purchase price, if I had invested £1,500 back then, instead of investing £10 every single day, I would have had 139.61 shares. Now this is, in my opinion, the best way of comparing the two different results, because the share price is subject to change, and by knowing the share amount, we can work out how much we would have had anyway. Remember, this is an accumulating fund, so dividends are reinvested automatically, so it's a really good comparison to make. So here are the results of the experiment. So 150 days ago, investing £10 every single day. Since then, I am up overall by 8.39%, or a return of £125. Now, if you ask me if I'm happy with that result, absolutely. In just 150 days, I've returned over 8%. If you think about it, within a bank account, you'd be lucky to get 8% for the entire year. So 8% over 150 days is amazing. Plus, this is in my stocks and shares ISA, so this is all tax-free. However, with investing, you are putting your capital at risk. So is this really worth it? Would you have benefited more going through a lump sum approach or a dollar cost averaging approach? So right now, with the £10 a day method, which is the dollar cost averaging method, I have gained myself 131.63 shares. Now, as you can see, this is significantly lower than the amount of shares that I would have had I lump summed on the 12th of May with £1,500. So had I lump summed £1,500 150 days ago, today my shares would have been worth £1,724.32. Instead, my shares are worth £1,625.80. So that is a £98 difference, which doesn't sound a lot, but as we showed similar to last month, that's nearly half of the returns that we got from investing £10 a day over that 150-day period. So while our return here was 8.39%, if we had lump summed instead, we would have had a result closer to 13%. Now, as we speak today, right as I film, we are at all-time highs with the S&P 500, making high after high every few days, which is actually not too typical for the stock market. Now, remember, with the stock market, anything can happen. There could be a crash tomorrow, bringing both our results down. But the thing that we have to realize is that both of our results would be affected with a stock market crash. You can't DCA your way out of a stock market crash, retrospectively speaking. If a crash were to happen, then DCA may be a more beneficial approach to navigating that crash. But again, this is not financial advice. Okay, so we know that lump sum investing has won over this time period. But what if you put your money into a hedged version of the ETF? Would that have been a better investment compared to lump summing into the SPXL? So here is the GSPX, which is a hedged version of the ETF. Now, 150 days ago, if I had invested a lump sum of £1,500 into the GSPX, today my shares would be worth £1,703. Now, this fund over the same time period with a lump sum of £1,500 would have yielded me £1,724.32. So the SPXL wins, right? Well, you have to consider that this is an accumulating fund and the GSPX is a distributing fund. But even calculating with the dividends, which was 5p per share, you would have got £7 in dividends. So the SPXL still would have won comfortably by about £14. This just goes to show that hedging is more of a short-term bet, and if you're going to invest for the longer term, then you don't really have to worry about the currency hedging, in my opinion. But then again, none of this is ever financial advice. So make sure to check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next video.